Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over some stuff that is coming for Train Sim World. First off, we're going to be starting with high priority fixes. We understand that the community have been experiencing a selection of issues. To avoid any information being missed, please find a list of our ongoing updates that are currently being worked on. High priority stuff. Increase in crashing for PS4 and Xbox users, Xbox One users while playing Dresden, Teresa, whatever you want to call it. Players spawning in the wrong location / wrong loco / no loco appearing while playing Risa the Dresden. Stuttering and performance issues for all players. And pixelated livery editor designs. So until this is fixed, until all this is fixed, there will not be any Train Sim World rail fanning videos. Main reason is this, the livery editor issue. So yeah, when we have made progress and further details to share, we will keep you updated in this thread. We would like to thank those of you who took the time to report the issues when you first experienced them. Putting in as an additional mention, we are speaking to Sony around an issue whereby players appear to have lost access to PS5 add-ons after yesterday's PS5 core update. Again, we'll update here when we have more. And yeah, now let's move on to the exciting stuff. One quick thing before we get into the real exciting stuff. We think that having the Great Western Railway livery would be a cool idea. Unfortunately, that would cause licensing issues for us. That, and the time, of course, is why we choose the Regional Railways livery. Sorry. If you fancy doing the green GWR livery, this should be too hard in livery designer. And this is for West Cornwall local, by the way. First screenshots of the London commuter route are now available. So let's go look at the article. Meanwhile, it loads. Alright. It is loading. London commuter. First screens. The third and final route in the rush hour season ticket, London commuter, is coming soon to Train Sim World 2. Jump in the cab and take control of packed trains filled with commuters, tourists, and holiday makers. Immersing yourself in the Brighton mainline, one of southern England's busiest passenger routes, and travel between London, Victoria, and Brighton. Experiencing over 50 miles of varied terrain and landmarks, from the sprawling cityscape of central London to the undulating countryside of the South Downs. Train Sim World 2 London commuter will be arriving soon. I will do narrated captions at the end. Before that, I'll do detailed, detail into the screenshots, talk about everything, and do narrated captions. The highly detailed and fully licensed Southern BR Class 377 EMU and Catwik Express BR Class 387 EMU feature in this exciting new route, giving you the choice of busy local and fast-paced express commuter services. Additional layers are also added for a variety of units and locomotives, making this an incredibly busy route at certain times of the day. You can find more about these in our next article. And yes, that is correct. This little bad boy in the corner is going to be layered. An assemble of 29 different stations complete the route, each containing some of the most varied railway architecture of any British route. The Brighton mainline has gradually been modernized throughout its 180-year history, with each generation making its unique mark along the line. From futuristic modern structures like East Croydon Station to listed buildings such as London Victoria and Brighton Station, there's plenty for you to see. In addition to the mainline route, Reigate Station and the Reigate branch in both Quarry and Redhill lines will feature, adding more services and variety to an extensive timetable. All of the amazing new features Rush Hour has introduced are there for you to enjoy. Our busiest timetable created so far for any Transworld route puts you right into the pandemonium of central London rush hour. Higher passenger volumes at peak time bring a constant flow of eager commuters, and bespoke character dioramas enhance already lively stations. Rush Hour London Commuter will be arriving soon on Xbox One, Xbox Series X/X, PS4, PS5, Epic Games Store, and Steam. It will be available to purchase separately at launch or get it as part of the Rush Hour season ticket along Boston, Sprinter, and Navraker, Dresden, both out now. And yeah, and one more screenshot. So let's go in depth. I believe this is Hayward Heath train station. Here we got a southbound, Brighton bound 377-4 service that's owned by Southern. We got a northbound service coming in, heading towards London, Victoria. We also got another southbound Brighton service on the other platform over there, and another Brighton bound or London bound 377 service. So yeah, here we got I think Hayward Heath. As you see in the back, we got passengers on the platform. Looks like PIS screens in the back. I can't really zoom in on that at the moment. You got this beautiful footbridge over the trains. Got signals. It looks like old signals, but I'm not sure. And as always, these are third rail equipped, so as you see there. And yeah. I heard there is a -1 version of the 377 that is coming. Or -2, I'm not sure. It's one of the two. So, yeah. Let's move on to the next screenshot. I have no idea where this is at, but as you can see, we have a Little Har bound 377-1 service. The 377-1 doesn't look any different from the 377-4, by the way. As it heads past the power plant, and there's another service that is heading somewhere. I can't really read that. Yeah, this looks like a really nice place for a screenshot. Not sure if this is near Clapham, but it might not be. But yeah, this is also third rail equipped. It is basically the same thing as 377-4 on the outside. I don't know about cab or anything, if it's changed, or if there's performance improvements, or you know. I think this might be the -4 next to it. but I'm not sure. Anyways, let's move on to the next screenshot. Not sure where this is, so I'm either guessing Clapham Junction or London Victoria. As you see, we got a 387-2 in Catwik Express livery heading into London Victoria, with the 377-1 bound for Littleborough, heading south towards Brighton, along with a Brighton bound service heading southbound, and a Southeastern 465-9 heading towards Clapham Junction as well. Pretty sure this is on one of the branch lines, but I'm not sure. But here we see a northbound London Victoria service as it stops at a station to pick up passengers. This 377-4 was one of the first built to be sold to Southern and is now seeing use on the Brighton mainline a lot. I'm guessing this is Catwik Express Depot. So here we see 387-213 in Catwik Express livery, along with 387-221 in Catwik Express livery as well. 213 is parked in the depot for the day, about to be put in a service as the train is getting prepared to head up to Catwik Express Airport Station. And 387-221 is running a northbound service to London Victoria from Catwik Express Airport. Back at Haywards Heath, I'm guessing. Here we see 377-424 in Southern livery, running a northbound London Victoria bound service as it stops at Haywards Heath. We also see a 377 Brighton bound service heading southbound. As you see, this is the city skyline in the back. And this is the 24th built unit for Southern. Let me go back to this place because I stopped going in depth around here. So here, as you obviously see, this is the 377-1. I believe there is different headlight, something different with the headlight clusters or whatever. 465 is the same. I think the Southeastern 375 is also layered on here, but I'm not sure. This looks to be London Victoria or Clapham, but don't count me on it. I don't really know the UK that well. So this looks like London Victoria though, to be honest, especially with the slow speed limit signs and the amount of tracks there are here. But anyways, this looks like a hospital in the back, a factory right over there. Not sure what that is in the back, but it's got a clock on the side. That is part of the hospital, though. What I'm guessing is an apartment complex right up here. Factory and a storage shed or something. Or work side or maintenance side shed. Going on to here, this might be a station before Haywards Heath, but I'm not sure. Got the PIS here as well. Guessing this is that train right here. Got passengers walking along the platform over there and sitting down over here. We got quite a few PIS screens here. Parking lot. As you see, these are all work in progress, by the way. Got what is that, a church in the background, some storage sheds, I'm guessing, and another storage shed or garage. And here's the station building. Going on to this one, this is either south of Catwik Airport or north of it. As you can see, there's a 2 387s. I'm guessing this is to the north because this is heading towards London, and I think only Catwik Express services run between. I think they only run Catwik up to London, Victoria, with fast services. So yeah. So I'm guessing this is to the north. Here we are at Edwards Heath, I believe. They got a few platforms, or this is Clapham Junction, but I'm not sure. We got a skyscraper in the back. It looks like something straight out of Peninsula corridor. So yeah. Sorry for the background noise, by the way, but I can't really do anything about it. We are on platform 13. And yeah. Anyways, I believe a total of 75 377s were built. Not sure what that is back there, like what number that is, but it looks like 3774. So yeah. As you see here, we got the 1938 tube stock screenshot of the inside. This is the very first screenshot. This is going to be used on Piccadilly line. And here are some more screenshots. So let's go back to captions. A 377-1 is stopped at a station to board up passengers, as you see a semi-fast service zooming by in the background. Here I'm guessing we're outside of Clapham Junction or something, as we see a 387-2 heading southbound towards Catwik Airport, and a 377-1 or -4 heading north towards London, Victoria. Here we are near London, Victoria's depot, as we see a 387-4 service, not 387, 377-4 heading north towards London, 387-1 heading south, and a 377-4 coming north following this service. This is the depot in the back. Here we see 377-1 on the branch line. I think, or this is the main line. I'm not sure. As it heads north towards London, Victoria. And this is either another part of the main line or a branch line. 377-4 heading towards an unknown location. And yeah, let's head back. As you can see here, we got this fence here at the station. A bridge. I like the way they put the motion effect on, by the way. Got some buildings in the back. This looks like a very foresty area of the main line. Fun fact, at Heather's Heath, actually, there was actually a fireball, I believe from Third Rail Electric stuff, so yeah. Here we are at the same spot as this spot. Looks like the same area. Because of this in the back, this factory. We got a little city building in the background, which looks like a festival or something. Signal bridge and a station platform. So, yeah. I'm guessing this is outside of London, Victoria, because of all the tracks because we got the depot here and the amount of tracks. Oh my god. Or this is the same spot as this spot, because we got that in the back. So yeah. Here, this looks like a pretty nice area for screenshots. This is either the main line or branch line, or main line or branch line. Or this can be both main lines. Like, there's two sections. Like, this section can be for the commuters. This is for semi-fast, and fast services like Catwik and semi-fast Southern. And that's it. And yes, here's the outside of this 1938 tube stock. So yeah, it looks basically the same. This has changed, but the livery has changed, a lot of it has changed. Apparently this is gonna be put on the Isle of Wight, so expect a video of that whenever this train comes out. Guessing either in a month or so because of Brighton mainline, but I'm not sure. Also, the 313 is finally back in testing. The developers were asked to help out with rush hour. The 313 developers, so yeah. Anyways, let's head on to the next screenshot. I mean, this looks fabulous, to be honest. I just hope it's not too bad. Like, yeah, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I just hope it's not bad like most of the stuff Rivet has made. This is a depot. Don't know what depot, but it is something along the Bigerloo line. We just got like a line of them. Not sure if there will be like, like what happened in Great Western Express, where the diesel legends got their own, but most likely not. And here is the 1938 tube stock again, before entering the underground. So yeah, that's nothing really to go into depth about because it's still being processed and there's no full article yet. But I think they did say there's going to be one this week. Speaking of coming this week, this ain't coming this week, but this is just came. These are Peninsula corridor improvement screenshots. As you see, we got a new skybox, and yes, the skybox will be coming to every route in the future. It looks way more cooler now. I'm guessing they got rush hour passengers because of the amount of passengers. I've never seen this much, unless I'm blind, on Peninsula corridor. The water is back, by the way, so yeah. And the PIS screens. Like, what I'm saying is I've never seen this amount of passengers, so I'm thinking Peninsula corridor will be getting rush hour passengers soon. Once the improvement updates have came out, and yeah, and this is Long Island Railroad PIS. And that is it, so let's move on to the roadmap, and then that'll be the end of the video. Forgot to mention all this. The 387-2 will have a working pantograph. It will, however, only work in the off the rails mode, as there are no layered or substitution compatible routes available yet. It's being set up to work with potential future routes correctly. However, you will see a notable performance difference when running in AC mode as compared to DC. The pantograph will raise if there is a wire above it, which there will not be in the London commuter route. Reigate Station is being looked to. It looks like a placeholder asset was present there that really shouldn't have been there at the time the screenshot was taken. The cranes at Peninsula Power Station are still in progress and will change for release. It is also important to note that all these screenshots were work in progress. And yeah, so let's move on to the roadmap. Here's the roadmap. Reaching the end of rush hour as the London commuter Brighton mainline moves into the upcoming phase of the roadmap. It's worth a quick recap of what each stage of the roadmap represents. Anything listed as next arrival is expected to be released or completed before the next update to the roadmap. Typically, at this stage, a game update will have already been through extensive testing and is in preparation for release. The upcoming section of the roadmap covers items that have completed main development and are now going through the cycle of testing, fixing and polishing when a new route or loco is in the late stages of testing. Here we'll often preview it on RealFan TV as it will be close to what we expect the final release to be. In production covers the main projects that have active development times scheduled to them. In some cases, such as the development of the Class 313 development, may be paused while the team work on other projects that require additional work. This is slightly unusual, but it does happen in the rare event that a project is mothballed or scrapped. We'll make that very clear. The development length of individual projects can vary, however, so it's possible that some items, Steam for example, will remain in production for some time, whereas others will move on to be upcoming very quickly. Other tasks in this section of the roadmap will be listed as ongoing, which usually means the work affects multiple routes that will be handled individually. This is where the majority of the preservation crew's activities can be seen. Finally, the in-planning section details items that are not yet in full development but are expected to enter that stage soon. As a rule, anything listed in the planning section have been confirmed to be happening, with any major blockers removed. The makeup of what a new route will entail and which locos are included should be established by the time it reaches the planning phase, but it's very possible that scope changes during this time. This week's roadmap does not have any new projects to go over in depth. However, the upcoming preservation crew on Peninsula Corridor is reaching completion, so we will go over that in today's live stream. Upcoming, the Meben branch for Bahnstrecke reset at Dresden, main Spessart Bahn scenario planner expansion, rush hour system, passenger system for Bakerloo and Kolnwaken, improvement of the Baby Bullet scenario planner expansion, Peninsula Corridor preservation update, the 1938 tube stock, rush hour passenger system, and Brighton mainline. In production, we got Trains to Rush Hour Steam, Oakville Sub, Preservation Crew, update, add crossing gates to Preserve Collection, add platform departure board for collection, rail driver to Preserve Collection, full-length climb-up function for Preserve Collection, livery designer compatibility for Preserve Collection, memory use optimization, User Guides and Manuals, 313 add-on, 187 add-on, 420 DB420 EMU, DB232, Voslo G6, West Cornwall Local, in planning, Scenario Planner 2.0, Livery Designer 2.0, Roost Ignored and Rhino Ocean Preservation Crew Update, PS4 to PS5 Profile Transfer, and Sherman Hill with the SD70 Ace and Horseshoe Curve with the ES44 AC and GB38-2, which I'm very excited about for these two. Anyways, that'll be it for today's video. I know this is kind of long. This will most likely come out on, what is today? Thursday. Well, today's Wednesday, the 22nd. It'll come out on Thursday, the 23rd. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a like along with subscribing to the channel. If you do, you'll become part of the awesome squad and first 1,000 subscribers club. We are nearing 200 subscribers. Please, guys, I just need 4 more, I think. Let me check real quick. Pretty sure we just need 4 more. Let's check and make sure. I need 4 more. Sorry, this is taking forever. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Let's go. Let's look at this now. Yeah, I just need 3 more subscribers, so please just get me there, guys. I am so close to 200 subscribers, like extremely close. So it would be really kind if you send this to any of your friends. Yeah, sorry. Anyways, if you don't want to miss out on a future upload, make sure to turn on post notifications to be notified of a future post. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. So, yeah, another article just came out. I was actually just about to start editing. The articles I've done yesterday. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get started with a Electrostar duet. The unmistakable sounds of an approaching train are getting louder, but which one? We take a look at the magnificent EMUs featuring in Rush Hour London Commuter, coming soon to Train Sim World 2. With the upcoming Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour London Commuter route, you'll take control of 2 well-known Electrostar family units, the British Rail Class 377-4 EMU in Southern livery, and the BR Class 387 EMU in Govia's striking Gatwick Express livery. In addition to this, you will have a plethora of operational layers and AI services that a variety of other add-ons offer. Your job will be to safely and efficiently drive these powerful units across the busy Brighton mainline, staying on time between London Victoria and Brighton during the hectic rush hour. Let's take a closer look at both of these distinctive Electrostars and to get a better understanding of their unique features. The Southern BR Class 377-4 EMU. Like I said last time, we'll go in depth with the narrated captions for each. Following a successful bid in 2003, Govia was awarded an initial franchise for their line from 2003 to 2009, and then subsequent franchises to this day. In 2004, they chose to rebrand the previous South Central name and livery, taking inspiration from the line's pre-grouping past. Govia created a respectful tribute in both name and design, retaining a distinctive eye-catching livery featuring green, which is synonymous with railways in the south of England, and the name Southern, a polite nod to the illustrious Southern Railway that served the route and those around it between 1923 to 1947. The BR Class 377 EMU and each of its subclasses were built by Bombardier Transportation at its Derby Church Lane works from 2001 to 2014. And the four-car BR Class 377-4 EMU featured in rush hour London commuter were built throughout 2004 and 2005. A total of 75 BR Class 377-4 EMUs were produced, making it the most numerous subclass of the BR Class 377 EMU to appear across the network. Services in rush hour London commuter feature 4, 8, and 12 car trains, depending on the service. Designed to replace the dated slam door stock that was undeniably at the end of its working life, the BR Class 377 EMU featured a variety of modern features for its time. All variants, including the 3774, have the capacity to receive 750 VDC from the third rail, with some of its subclass cousins having the additional option of pantographs and drawing 25 kilovolts AC from the overhead lines. This variety in subclasses meant that those like the 3774 which didn't have pantographs are left and with a clear void in the roof where the pantographs could be fitted. This leaves the freedom for future conversations if required. Passenger and driver comforts were also fitted to these modern units. Air conditioning, external cameras, onboard toilets, and spacious areas for prams and wheelchairs were included across all subclasses and were popular amongst passengers and staff. However, they weren't without their challenges. Major upgrades were required of the dated Southern Region 750 VDC third rail power supply to facilitate the introduction of this unit. This was due to substantially higher power consumption of each of the fully air-conditioned units. Catwik Express BR Class 387-2 EMU. Much like their older Electrostar cousins, the 387-2 EMU was built at Derby Church Lane Works. The first of this vivid four-car unit entered service in early 2016. A total of 27 were ordered to replace the BR Class 442 on Catwik Express services. The brilliant red chosen by Govia for the Catwik Express livery is by far one of the most striking liveries to grace British railway networks, bringing a dose of colour to the often muted background of the London skyline. The Catwik Express services are non-stop express from London Victoria to Catwik Airport and also continue to Brighton, stopping at only a handful of major stations compared to that of their southern counterparts. With a top speed of 110 miles per hour or 177 kilometers per hour, and the freedom to combine multiple four-car units into 8 and 12 cars. car trains. The BR Class 387-2 EMU is the perfect unit for fast, regular services, with plenty of space for commuters. Although built with dual voltage capability, the BR Class 387-2 EMUs receive 750 VDC from the third rail while running on the Brighton mainline. This new generation of Electrostar units includes modern features such as onboard Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and the latest automated passenger information boards in several languages, perfect for those visiting from across the world and arriving at Catwik Airport. The highly detailed and fully licensed Southern BR Class 377-4 EMU and Catwik Express BR Class 387 EMU feature in this exciting upcoming rush hour London commuter, giving you the choice of busy local, passenger, and fast-paced express commuter services and everything in between. Rush hour London commuter is coming soon to TSW2 on Xbox One, Xbox Series X/X, S, PS4, PS5, Epic Games, and Steam. It will be available to purchase separately at launch or get it as part of the Rush Hour season ticket alongside Boston Sprinter and Naviker Dresden, both out now. Purchase the Rush Hour season ticket now to save big on all three routes. And yeah, now let's go in depth. Starting with the captions first. Here we see a northbound London Victoria bound Catwik Express service powered by 387-224. This was the 24th EMU built for Catwik Express. We also see a southbound Brighton bound Southern service with 377-415 in the rear. This was the 15th built for Southern. It is morning rush hour as we see two southbound London Victoria bound services along with two northbound Brighton bound services. The one closest to us is being led by 377-161, and in the back there we see 377-440. We are near London Victoria's depot, with the power plant in the background and the depot to the side, along with the outskirts of London Victoria's beautiful city skyline. Here we see a London Victoria bound 377-1 service being led by 377-141, along with the southbound Brighton bound service being led by 377-4. Here we see a northbound London Victoria service stopping at this station, being led by 377-402. This was the second build for Southern and is showing a little bit of its age. Here we are again near the London Victoria depot as we see a northbound London Victoria bound service being led by 377-4 number 40 in Southern livery, along with the power plant in the background. Here we see a London Victoria, or here we see an unknown train being led by 377-4 number 8. This was the 8th one built for Southern, along with two other EMU sets being trailed. This is a 12 car set, most likely heading southbound towards Brighton. passing over a very beautiful bridge, and we see the valley below. Here we see 387-224 popping out of the tunnel into the daylight in the valley, with a what looks like castle-styled tunnel exit, bound for Brighton, London, Victoria. Here we see Catwik Express 3872-212 trailing on a Catwik Express London Victoria bound service, along with a 377 Southern service on platform 4, heading towards Hastings. Here we see the cab of what looks to be a 387-2, heading northbound to London, Victoria, with a Southern 377 heading southbound towards Brighton. Here we are at Brighton again, seeing 387-224, heading north towards London, Victoria. In the back, we also see a Class 08 in what seems to be a Class 313, with a little sneak peek there of the 313. But yeah, that looks like to be a 313 in the back. Those are one of Southern's oldest EMU sets, heading west. And that is it. So let's start going in depth with these. First off, as I mentioned, we see a Class 08 there, so that is going to be one of the layers, I'm guessing. Along with, if you could barely see it, you could barely see, but there's a 313 in the back there. So as you see, it is in testing now. And yeah, you can't really see it, but guessing there's going to be an article soon about that. This is where Catwik and Southern EMUs are being stored, I guess, when they're out of service. We got some abandoned tracks to the left. Brighton Station. Brighton is also a coastal town, by the way. And yeah, and then you got neighborhood in the back there. Yeah. Not there. This looks to be the cab of the 387. I've never seen this cab before. But I'm not sure. This could be the 377-1. But yeah. Here we see the 387 at Brighton Station. So they are running to Brighton Station. So yeah. Lighting seems to be changed inside of Brighton. And yeah. This tunnel looks really cool. I just like how it looks like a castle at the exit. Then you just see this thing popping out into the daylight. This bridge also looks kind of cool. This looks like a very old bridge. Yeah, the power plant again. Outside of London, Victoria, I'm guessing. Nothing really to go in depth about these two since they were in this article here. Yeah. Here we see, yeah, it's gonna be very congested on the route, as I can tell. Yeah, you have like 4 trains exiting and coming in. Got 2 trains heading into London, and then 2, I'm guessing, are exiting, or all of these are coming in. And then you have the depot here for both Catwik and Southern, I believe. And this is the final screenshot. There's nothing really to go in depth about. But yeah. I'm excited for this route. apparently it's the busiest route with the most services, so yeah. Dresden scenario should be coming out before the end of today. So yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, along with maybe subscribing to the channel. If you do, you'll become part of the awesome squad and first 1,000 subscribers club. Also, if you don't want to miss out on a future upload, make sure to turn on post notifications to be notified of a future post. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one.